Good evening, everyone, and welcome. My name is Greg McGee, and I'm here to talk about a interaction I had with someone that led to a small conflict of sorts. To give a little background information, was my girlfriend at the time and now wife. We were visiting her family, and my wife is from Niagara Falls, Canada. So we were at this time unmarried and visiting her parents. We were in Canada, and we were talking to the family, and her younger brother was doing a little bit of homework, and he happened to be working on some history. And me being somewhat of a history buff, interested in history, I took a little bit of an interest to what he was learning in school. And it just so happened that he was studying on wars in Canada's past, and different, what they meant to Canada and different stuff. And while we were discussing, the homework and the topic, my now mother-in-law chimed in and told me about how America and Canada at one point had a war, and how America had tried to take over Canadian lands, that the war was over land and that was it. And I, being somewhat familiar with the topic, was had a completely different standpoint of the incident. I believed that America was more at war with Britain and was trying to liberate the Canadian people from British control. They, on the other hand, were taught and do not view it that way. They firmly believe that America was trying to take Canada's land. And it was a little bit of an awkward situation for me. I only met her parents about 3 times, so to have a disagreement of any kind with only knowing someone that long is a little bit uncomfortable. But as we went on, we were able to kind of put that difference aside, But it has came up a couple more times, and largely the view that I have gathered from her family is how they feel about America, as we are kind of a warring people, but we still kind of bury this in humor. They call us a warring people, and I kind of call them hippie pacifists. So we kind of just laugh at it and let it go. And really, it just in my opinion, it's just the difference of culture. That's how they were taught, what they were, raised up knowing. And it's hard to, for me to, just the culture shock of it. I still find myself at different times with culture shocks at different things that happen. The Canadians, at that time, we were sitting no more than 15 minutes from the American border, and they grew up 15 minutes from America, but yet they still hold, different views of America as a whole. And it's just who they are and where they came from. And that's okay. We still laugh about our differences, and it's fine. We realize that, differences are alright. It's okay to be different from everybody else. Not everyone is exactly the same, and, not everyone is going to hold the same views. And culturally, there's been, several little arguments we've had, along the way over these last few years, several different conflicts about, various and, sundry topics of, for example, the Canadian healthcare system and versus the American healthcare system, and waiting times for treatment, and just many different things. It's still a culture shock to me every time I hear their different opinions on this, and it's just, I gotta think, they are different from us, even though they, you know, are, pretty well the same. They look the same. They talk the same. You know, they. I guess we are all North Americans, but they are Canadians, so there's a few differences. But yeah, I just want to take a minute and thank everyone for viewing my video, and to everyone, have a good night.